example. That is April 22nd, Friday night. Yeah.
Okay.
She's a great example of a victim moving from
Right.
being a victim to a survivor.
Yeah.
And so that's what we wish for all of our kids. So she'll be very inspiring that night, I think. So
Unimaginable story, right?
Yeah, it is.
Can't imagine, especially in America in the 21st century. But
I know. And she's doing well. She's married. She had a child last year.
Is that right?
She's doing very well. So, when you talk about someone taking those circumstances and then thriving, and you're right, she will never forget what happened to her, but she's turning it into something very positive. Something amazing.
These interviews can be difficult, and even though we are trained and we speak to people all the time, dealing with these young victims can be more difficult. So having the interviews conducted by somebody who is specifically trained to speak to young children and make sure that they're asking the right type of questions, that we're not leading them or trying to influence what their answers would be. It's very helpful to us because we know we're getting the best interview done and we're getting truthful answers out of these victims.
So we do a simple exercise where you take a chart and you draw a face with the kid. And so I say, being the smart guy that I am, right? Okay, Johnny, we're going to draw your face. I draw his face, and we draw an oval. I said, what's on your face? He says, and every kid gets his eyes, nose, mouth, right? And so, of course, I have an agenda, which is probably a bad plan coming into a forensic interview. What else is on your face, Johnny? He says, eyebrows. All right, so I got the eyebrows on there. I'm drawing. That's not the answer I was looking for.
Right,
So what else is on your face? He studies me. He's looking at me. Eyelashes. All right, I put the eyelashes. Still not the answer I'm looking for. I said, what else? Crickets. He says nothing. I said, so what do you use to hear? And he says, ears. I said, well, where do the ears go in your face? He looks at me and he says, nothing. Doesn't say a word. So I said, so I draw these little half moons on the side of this oval that I drew. I said, is this where the ears go in your face? He goes, no. So now if that was real life, I just discredited Johnny, right? I said, well, if the ears don't go on your face, where are your ears supposed to go? And he basically said, listen, dumbass, they don't go on your face, they go in your head, right? Yeah. So if you don't ask the age and developmentally appropriate question, and if you extrapolate that into sensitive things like sexual abuse, you're just never going to get it right.
Learn today about the work this does.
Well, first of all, how prevalent it is, all right? The cost and the dedication that goes into it, and some of the specifics that you don't maybe you wouldn't know intuitively, like that law enforcement might sit right in and is a collaborative effort in the whole discussion and the interview process to make sure that the children don't have to go through multiple interviews, that there's a collaboration there so you get to the answers all at one time to determine if something's happened and what can be done to fix it.